Let's see what the gravity is. Homebeerbrewery. Hello BrewTubers, and thanks for tuning in again on Homebeerbrewery's channel. Today I took a day off and it's actually a brew day. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make a complete video about this brew. I'm just going to shoot some short clips to share with you guys that I'm brewing and to show you some kind of the process that I like to do. This time I'm going to brew with my Brewtech setup with my Maischdikte. I have already some hot water inside so it can warm up a bit. The grains are about 15 degrees Celsius. I have my Maischwater ready at 74 degrees Celsius. In a couple of minutes I will transfer the preheated water into the Maischdikte and I'm going to add the grains. Grain bill, very simple, only 3 types of grains. So Pilsmout, Cara-pils and Aroma. When I'm going in, I'm going to tell you the exact measurements. For this brew I'm also going to use 1 kilogram of white candy sugar. The amount is about 11% of the total grain bill, so that should be fine for a triple. The triple is called Tripel Dead. ABV on this one will be about 8.5 to about 9% ABV. I'm curious how the efficiency today will turn out. Let's start. First I'm going to drain the hot water off of the Maischdikte. I preheat it a bit with about 2.5 liters of hot tap water. So when I add the Maischwater into the Maischdikte, the temperature won't drop as far as a cold Maischdikte. Well, let's put the strike water into the Maischdikte. As you can see, pretty full HLT. It says 28.3 liters of water, preheated to about 73 degrees Celsius. I'm going to mash for 70 minutes at 68 degrees Celsius. I know the temperature will drop 1 or 2 degrees during the mash, but that's alright. I definitely need a pump for this. I have a pump. That one is too small. It will take way too long to transfer all the water to the Maischdikte. There we go. Alright. That's about 8 gallons. Alright, as you can see, about 8 gallons of strike water is inside the Maischdikte. I expected the temperature to be about 73 degrees Celsius, but the Maischdikte absorbs again a lot of heat. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes and we'll see what happens with the temperature. Here you have a good overview of what I told you. The temperature of the grains are about 15 degrees. Temperature of the strike water will be 73 degrees Celsius. Temperature of the strike water is 71.1 degrees Celsius, so that's not enough. I took about 5 liters out of the Maischdikte and I'm going to heat it up in the HLT again and we'll put it back in the Maischdikte. Then I will see what the temperature will be. 5 liters of about 80 degrees Celsius standing by. We'll put it back in the mash tin, and let's see what the temperature does. Put the lid back on. Here we go. And this is a great example why you need an extra thermometer. The LCD thermometer on the SS Brewtech mash tin tells me the temperature is 72.2 degrees Celsius. But when I pick another thermometer, like this Inkbird, the temperature is 73 degrees. So the LCD thermometer is a bit off. Come on. 73 degrees. Well, I'm going to dough in the grains and let's see what the temperature does. This is about 7 kilograms of Pilsmout, 400 grams of Aroma, and about 666 grams of Cara-pils. Let's put it in, give it a bit of a stir. This is going to be a full mash tin, guys. But it's going to fit. Ooh. I believe I didn't fill this mash tin like this since I bought it. I really like to brew this way. I love my BrouwMeister, but this is a different kind of brewing process. I'm going to add some lactic acid. This is about 15 milliliters. I will stir it in and I will measure the pH in a couple of seconds. Giving it a good stir. I can feel all the grains are wet. There are no dough balls. It's fine by me. Let's put the lid on and let's see what the temperature is. Well, the LCD thermometer of this Brewtech mash tin tells me it's 66.8 degrees Celsius. I don't believe it. I'm going to perform a pH measurement. Very simple with pH paper. I'm going to measure the temperature with, where is it? With the Inkbird. .6 degrees Celsius. 0.7. pH is about 5.5. 70-minute mash is finished. Now I'm going to do a test if the conversion is completed. This is some iodine. Well, starch test with some iodine and wort. As you can see, no blue coloring. The conversion is completed. I already preheated 10.3 liters of water, which I'm going to use for the sparging. I'm going to open the mash tun, and on top of the wort and the grains I'm going to put a perforated piece of aluminium foil. It's going to help to sparge so it doesn't disturb the grain bed, and I will show you. Just put it on just like that, and I'm performing a first run off. With a big measuring cup. First run off, fall off. A lot of grain parts in there, but it will get better. I think when I drain off about 3 liters, the wort will be nice and clear. I'll pick the camera up so I can give you a closer look. Not a professional homebrew video this time, but you get an idea of my brew day. The wort looks cloudy. I don't know if you can see the wort. Yeah, you can see it. A lot of grain parts in there. But I will run a couple of liters off, and eventually it will get better and better. And eventually it's only clear wort. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the wort is pretty clear. I'm going to stop the valve. And I will set the measuring cup aside. Pick the camera up. Here I have a silicone hose with a filter on it, a filter bag, just to prevent if there are still some grain particles in, I will filter them out, especially at the end of the sparge process. It can happen. And here we go, opening the valve again, and I will show you the color of the wort in a couple of seconds. I'll pick the camera up. Nice color, clear wort, no grain parts. Looks good to me. I'm returning the first runnings to the mash tun, very slowly. This will take a while, so I'm not recording everything, but you get the idea. I'm returning the wort into the mash tun. The natural filter of the grains will filter this. And after this one is finished, this process, I will sparge it with the already preheated water at 73 degrees Celsius. Time for the preheated water. This is going to be the sparge water. I will show you in a couple of seconds the inside of the kettle. Here you can see it passed already the 30 liter marking. Whoops, close. This is what I expected. Hopefully I have it on camera. always with this mash tun I have at the end, when it's running dry, it takes with it a lot of grain particles. Oops. Not everything goes well every time by homebeerbrewery's brewery, you can see. So enough wort, I can feel it on my hands, it's very sticky, so I'm very curious what the gravity is. I will pick the kettle up and take it with me to the to the gas burner outside. Time to put the lid on and switch on the gas burner. It's on. The brewing software tells me the volume 31.1 liters I have, and the specific gravity needs to be 1.067, so 67. Here I have my refractometer, let's say. Just check it out. I try to keep it. It's almost 1.065. Well, it's I'm happy with it. Heating the water up with this large gas burner goes pretty fast. It's pretty windy today, so I blocked the wind a bit with some wood in a box. Hopefully it works. It's about 75 degrees right now. Only 2 points off of the specific gravity. It's not bad in my opinion. Hopefully this will become a very strong beer. Well, the hops very quick. This is 26 grams of Columbus. Going to add this for the bittering at 60 minutes left on the boil. At 10 minutes left on the boil I'm going to add almost 1 tablet of real flock and about 3 grams of yeast nutrient. I know it's not necessary when using dry yeast, but I like to do this way. This is 5 minutes left on the boil. It's going to be 20 grams of Citra. 1 minute left on the boil, and between 0 it will be 20 grams of Citra again. And maybe I'm going to do some dry hopping with this beer. In about 3 or 4 days of fermentation I will add, I think, again 20 grams of Citra. I'm almost at the boil. It's about 97 degrees. Give it a good stir. Yeah, I'm almost there. I will show you when the hot break comes. And it started to boil. Now we're fighting the hot break. Stir the foam in. And I'll start the timer of 70 minutes. "60 minutes left on the boil. Time to add the bittering hops. 26 grams of Columbus. And here it comes. I thought it'd do a boil over, but it didn't. 15 minutes left on the boil, time to add the wort chiller. Let's put the wort chiller in. 10 minutes left on the boil, time to add 1 kilogram of candy sugar, white candy sugar. This will be a challenge. Where is the spoon? Here it is. You need to stir it very well to avoid burning in the bottom of the kettle. But it dissolves pretty quick. It's amazing. You can see it over there. I'm doing just a bit of a whirlpool and feel on the bottom if there's any sugar left. I'll pick you up. Let's feel. Yeah, some parts left. Here goes the rest in and give it a good stir. Also an addition is the yeast nutrient. Dissolved it in a bit of warm water. Still some rocks of candy sugar on the bottom. Yeah, still some left, but not much. I'm also going to add something a little bit more than a half of a Whirlpool tablet. Five minutes left on the boil, time to add 20 grams of Citra. 1 minute left on the boil, time again to add 20 grams of Citra. Let's give it a good final stir, and in about 20 seconds the boil time is finished. Flame off, tap water on. I'm going to put the boil kettle on the ground. The ground is cold and the gas burner is still hot, so I think it cools lots faster. The batch is cooled down to about 19 degrees Celsius. I will let it sit for about 10 minutes and then we'll transfer the wort into the sanitized fermenter. For this batch I'm using the 30 liter spider fermenter. And check this out, someone commented on one of my YouTube videos that I put a lot of effort in sanitizing equipment, but I assembling the parts with my bare hands. What you don't see on camera is that I often sanitize my hands with some alcohol. I can show you the bottle. It's stuff like this. I use it also in hospitals and stuff. But thanks for the tip, I will use gloves. I bought a huge box of nitrile hand gloves, so it's more sanitary. Thanks for the comment. And I do something with it. Well, let's wait a couple of minutes. I already sprayed the valve on this kettle off camera with some star sand. It's coming out again. I think it's sanitized. Now it's time to transfer the water into the fermenter. Sanitized fermenter. Let's open the valve. I took a sample, and as you can see it's a beautiful light yellow color. Let's see what the gravity is. With my knowledge, this is about 1.080 or 81, 82. It's not the desired specific gravity of 1.085, but I'm still pretty happy with the result. I drained the most of the water off into the fermenter, but there's still something left in the kettle. I will let it settle again. There's a lot of foam inside the fermenter, so I have to wait, otherwise the foam will overflow. I'm going to sprinkle the yeast already in the wort. It's the BE256. Wort temperature is about 19 degrees Celsius. I'm doing now 2 packages and after a couple of minutes more. There is still about 1 liter left in the fermenter. I don't know if I can get it out, but let's give it a try. Unfortunately, I needed to change the battery of this camera. The battery died. What I did, I tried to run off the remaining water that was in the kettle, but there was too much junk in it. I stopped it, and as you can see, this is, I guess, 25 liter marking. I'm a couple of liters short, but next time maybe I'm going to use a hop filter, I'm not sure, but I'm very happy with the result. I checked the gravity again, and it's for sure 1.081, so hopefully it ferments to about 1.012, and then it's going to be a 9% beer, but I guess it's getting stuck on fermentation at about 1.16, or stuck, I have to say, finished the fermentation at 1.016, and then the beer will contain about 8.5% ABV alcohol, when I'm right. I also added another sachet of yeast, so 3 sachets. I'm going to put this in the fermentation chamber, and hopefully they become happy yeasties.